Welcome back. God bless you and God bless America. I'm your host, Steve, and this is the Liberal Letdown. So we're going to talk about just a few things today. There's this dumb professor in College of Southern Nevada shot himself to protest Trump. He did it on school property, so we're going to get into that. A little bit of the legality of it. Google executives lamenting Trump election revealed in leaked video. If you haven't seen this is hysterical. And then we're going to talk about the Kavanaugh accuser. Christine Blasey Ford. I want to talk about that and not so much break it down, but at least shed some light on some things that are just kind of ridiculous. So, we are going to start with the Google executives. Now, mind you, these people, they've always been left-leaning. They deny it, and it's just wrong. They shouldn't, because they are. They know they are. We all know they are. But this video, it is just so funny. They get up there and they're just telling... we have to stand and fight. We have to be on the front lines. And it's like, wait a minute, you're a search engine. And when you doctor that and you play with algorithms, to change what you're doing, isn't that immoral? There's this, oh God, this guy's freaking hilarious. Here's a quote from one of these retards. Myself, as an immigrant, a refugee, I certainly find this election deeply offensive, Sergey Brin, the co-founder of Google, said in the beginning of the meeting. And I know many of you do too. I think that's a very stressful time, and it conflicts with many of our values. How is this offensive? How is it offensive at all? You're a refugee. Good for you. You're an immigrant. You made it. One can only assume you're a legal immigrant. Obviously, you co-founder of Google. You're successful. Who has oppressed you? Who has offended you? Why are you offended by anything like this? You are richer than your wildest dreams. In honesty, I don't know why something like this would affect anybody who's just crazy rich. Your taxes aren't going to go up. They haven't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why? Why are you going to get upset? He came from the Soviet Union in 1979. The guy's been here since before I was even thought of. I mean, good God, my dad was like 12. Here's a quote from the company about their bias. To the contrary, our products are built for everyone. Excuse me, and we design them with extraordinary care to be a trustworthy source of information for everyone, without regard to political viewpoint. So, you go ahead and you lead off with, this was very offensive to that. Yeah. I mean, come on. We know it's biased. We know you're biased. You guys held seminars for people that were crying. Oh, we know we have places for you to go and get help, and it's stuff like that. Just don't lie to me. Everybody knows there's a bias because you make it obvious. It is not geared for everybody. There are clear biases. Just admit it, own it, so that finally somebody can work on something else. That's my big bugaboo. No, all right, we're gonna talk about this professor, this guy. This guy, he is dumb. Now, mind you, he is, what is his title? Professor Emeritus. Okay. So, which means more than likely he's no longer being paid, but he's working or assisting, or if he is being paid, it's very small. It's not what it was, and he may be working part time, but he's no longer like really seriously teaching, according to the information I found. But this dummy, he took a .22 caliber pistol, concealed it into a gun-free zone. He then discharged it into his arm on purpose, and then he stumbles out of the bathroom. Where's this quote? Bleeding before he collapsed. What's his name? Mark J. Bird. He taped a $100 bill to the mirror to tip the janitor for cleaning up the mess. He was hired by this same college in '93, College of Southern Nevada. He's a sociology professor, so I'll tell you what you need to know. He faces charges for firing a gun in a gun-free zone and also for carrying a concealed weapon without a permit and possessing a dangerous weapon on school property. So this guy, he doesn't have a concealed carry permit. He doesn't own one. And if he does own one, it's just like a $25 fine in the state of Nevada, something small. But I don't think that accounts to the fact that he discharged it in a public place that was supposed to be a gun-free zone on a school property. And this guy, he took a gun into a gun-free zone willy-nilly. He just debunked all of their stories, all of their claims. Oh, gun-free zones work. All of it. A professor. It's hysterical. This guy's facing felony charges because if he doesn't have a permit altogether, felony charges, and that's just with carrying it concealed without a permit. That's not including public discharge in a gun-free zone, or having the weapon altogether on school property. This guy is going to jail for a long time, long time. There is no reason that guy should get out of anything. He is going to jail. He definitely should be going to jail. I don't feel bad. You're dumb. Why? Why would you? Why? I mean, if you're going to do it to protest, do it outside a hospital. Do it, don't get me wrong, a .22 is not going to do all that much damage if you know anything about firearms, but to do it in the place you decided to do it, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why you would do it in such a public place. And face so many felony charges. I mean, there's a lot. He's going to jail, and he should. All right, now on to this a little more heavy topic. Finish it off. Excuse me, gosh dang. This Kavanaugh accuser, this Christine Blasey Ford, in truth, I just don't believe her. Now, with all that being said, I'm not a huge fan of Kavanaugh to begin with. I personally don't feel he's going to overturn Roe. I don't personally feel that he's as conservative as we want him to be. I think that Amy Cohen Barrett, is that what her name was? I know it's Barrett, but she should have been the one sitting there. And we definitely would have overturned Roe. And it would be great. But here's her little accusations. This is how it went. So, speaking publicly for the first time. Now I'm reading from the Washington Post version. So, summer in early 1980s. Seriously? A summer in the early 1980s? You can't even... You can't even give a year. There's step one. Don't remember the year. Kavanaugh and a friend, both quote-unquote stumbling drunk, Ford alleges. They corralled her into a bedroom during a gathering of teenagers at a house in Montgomery County. So his friend just watched, but Kavanaugh pinned her to her bed and on her back and groped her over her clothes, grinding her body against hers, tried to take off her bathing suit. I guess he stopped her from screaming, put his hand over her mouth. And then Ford says, I thought he might inadvertently kill me. And now, she says he was trying to attack me and remove my clothing. She was able to escape when her friend jumped on top of them, and they all went tumbling, and she ran out. So she didn't tell anybody about it until 2012. She carried this. What was it? Early 80s? Really? I mean, really? 30 years? I just don't. I don't know. I don't. I just don't. I don't buy it at all. I don't buy the timing. I don't buy it so late. I don't buy the fact. I mean, maybe she was, but I don't think it was him. I mean, this man sits there and he volunteers his time. He's good to his kids. He's good to his wife. He helps the homeless. I mean, on the surface, he's a good guy. Everybody has secrets. Everybody's got skeletons. Myself, I got plenty. Everybody has secrets. I 100% agree. Is it possible? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is possible. This man is an absolute degenerate, and he raped her, or he didn't rape, but he attempted to sexually assault her. But then you have to take into account the timing, and I just can't. I don't buy it. I do not buy the fact that all of a sudden they're getting ready to vote. And these Democrats have been trying so hard to run this off the rails. I mean, just ridiculously amount of effort to run this entire thing off the rails. And they're using all this energy, and in my opinion, this is not the guy you want to use it for. You'd want to use it for like an Amy Coney Barrett, because she's the real deal. She would have been my guess. She would have been every other religious conservative's bet. Please get her in there. Anyway, I don't buy it. A polygraph doesn't sell anything. It's not admissible. It's not provable of any matter at all. And people say, well, she told a therapist. People lie to therapists all the time. That, to me, that's not proof of anything. And especially when she took 30 plus years to do it. If it was actually upsetting you, and I mean actually upsetting you, you would have told your husband a long time ago, seeing as how Nothing actually happened. Right? He just tried to do things. He was touching her, apparently groped on her, grinded on her. Didn't actually get anywhere. So really, if that's traumatic to her in a serious sense, in a life-changing matter, then she's probably not much of an adult. Which is, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because if I remember right, she's not some slouch. She actually has done pretty well for herself, excuse me. Where did I see that at? Ah, damn, I can't see what she was doing. Anyway. I just no, I don't buy it. You know, her husband, Russell Ford, 2012 session, trapped in a room with two drunken boys, molested her, prevented her from screaming. Oh my god, it's just, you look, okay, so hold on, I'm going to read this paragraph, and this just sums it up, why this is shit. In an interview, her husband Russell Ford said in the 2012 sessions, she recounted being trapped in a room with two drunken boys, one of whom pinned her to a bed, molested her, and prevented her from screaming. He said he recalled that his wife used Kavanaugh's last name and voiced concern that Kavanaugh, then a federal judge, might one day be nominated to the Supreme Court. This is 2012. This is 2012, and they're bringing all of this up. This is bullshit, and I say that now, and I say it convinced that it's garbage after just reading that, because it is, you are adding parts that don't need to be there. What might one day be nominated to the Supreme Court. You are adding information that is unnecessary, that shows distress and the desperation. It is unnecessary. This is garbage. It is all garbage. You know what the worst part is? It's probably going to come out that he didn't do anything, but it'll come out too late, and then, or he'll get approved and we won't hear her name ever again. This will die down eventually once whoever makes the decision makes it, and then we will never hear about her ever again, because that's how it goes with the left every time, every single time. But no, I don't believe that. You're adding information that doesn't need to be there. The husband saying this and saying no. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. Good luck with that. But you know, if he is scum, then he is scum, and I will call him on it, like, and be fair about it. I absolutely will. But I just don't see it. You have to show me some serious evidence for me to believe any of that. But thank you for listening. That's the show. God bless you, and God bless America.